Hey guys, welcome to Fit for the Trades by Fernwood Movement Academy. Today we'll be looking through some shoulder mobility. So in this video, we're going to be using a lacrosse ball. So if you don't have one near you, go grab your lacrosse ball, and we'll also be using a wall. So just make sure there's a little span of wall that you can use without knocking anything over. Through this video, we're going to largely just be showing one side of the body. So our intention is to show you a couple spots where you can use the lacrosse ball, show you a couple exercises and stretches that you can do. Pause this video wherever you need to, and then you can kind of explore the other side of the body. But we're just going to show you a couple stretches, a couple rolling spots, one-sided. So we're going to jump right into rolling up your upper traps. So lacrosse ball right against the wall at the top back portion of your shoulder blades. So pick a side and go for it. Might take a little bit to find some knots. Likely going to be a little uncomfortable if you haven't done this before. If you'd like to move the arm around, kind of spanning up and down the wall, that should change the angle of pull and make it either more or less uncomfortable, depending on what you're looking for. Then we're going to change it up. We're going to put the lacrosse ball a little bit lower, almost into the back of your armpit, into your teres minor, major, and your lats. So think back behind your armpit. A little bit of pressure. You can step away from the wall to make it a little bit more intense compared to feet being close to the wall. And same thing, arm spans the wall for a different pull. Next one is pecs. So now we're going to go front of shoulder. So you'll be facing the wall. So this is the front of armpit, kind of across the chest, across the collarbone. And then arm up and down for a couple different angles. Should be a couple spots in each one of these locations. So just take your time and try and find the ones that feel the most productive to do. Next, we're going to go drop the lacrosse ball and we're going to do some shoulder rolls. So I'm doing this kneeling. You can do this standing, no worries. But you're just trying to bring the shoulders into all positions or all angles. So think about rolling the shoulders forward, up, back, down, forward, up, back, down. Try and get some movement in there. You can do it both ways. So do a couple forward, do a couple backwards, and see if that feels any different. You might notice there's a difference of coordination. And we're going to switch it up into swimmers. So this is looking at the ranges of motion of your shoulders without your ears, without your shoulders shrugging into your ears. Okay, so have a look at me doing this first before you do this on your own. Your arms are going to finish behind your back, but you're going to start overhead. So starting overhead, thumbs up to the sky, lift the hands, bring them out into a T, flip your grip, and then thumbs pointed towards shoulder blades. Switch, and back and forth. So every rep you do of these, try and bring your hands a millimeter higher off the ground than the last one, and a millimeter closer to the bottom of your shoulder blades in your finishing position. So back and forth you go, switch the grip of your thumbs, lift up towards your shoulders, back and forth. This is a nice pec stretch, so we're going to use the wall again. We're going to be in a lunge or a half kneel position with your knee and your hip against the wall. Arms stay straight here, and you're going to open up, span the wall, hand against the wall, and kind of relax and sink into it here. Same thing on the other side. Take your time. I'd suggest 30 seconds to a minute of hanging out in this position. Making sure your knee and your hip stay planted against the wall. Second option, which will just pull a little bit different, is exactly the same setup, but now your elbow's bent. So just notice how that pulls differently. Should be a decent pull. Check out the other side, same thing. Plant against the wall, nice bend in the elbow. Try and keep your chest relatively pointed forward. A little bit of a twist is okay, but we wanted to stretch out the front of that shoulder. Notice if it's different side to side, or more or less of a stretch than the first one. All right. One of our last things here is a nice stretch through your upper traps again and through your neck. So standing or kneeling, whatever you prefer, reach the palm forward and down to the ground, and then reach the head towards the opposite shoulder and roll forward back. Reach the hand, ear to shoulder, and then roll the chin down and up. Take a break and repeat. Great job, everybody. Hope this was useful and you caught a couple things.